All right, good afternoon, everyone. Futures Brizio here. It's about 12:30 on Thursday, July 24th. Hope everybody's having a great day. And as always, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and any questions or comments, leave them down below. And we'll just jump right in. I guess we call this a midday update on some of these futures markets, and we'll take a quick look at what's happening in Forex, especially with the with the dollar. All right, so let's just jump right in, and we'll start on crude oil. So as I was saying, the last couple of days, I was kind of indecisive on crude oil because we did have this big move down, and then price started kind of trending up here. Uh, Although it's not real super impulsive to the upside, but it was going up. We were putting in higher highs, higher lows, and then we did break lower here, put in this new low down here, and then we came up again, and it looked like we were going to get a downtrend continuation. Price came all the way up here and then back down, but you can see that we failed to put in a new low. In fact, we didn't even come back to this low. You can see I put a trend line on here. You can clearly see that these lows in here are higher. So we did not put in a new low, and then we went up and took out basically the structure area here, right here on the 4-hour chart. We took that structure out with all of these candles, and so I'm not saying that we're gonna turn into a bull market now, but I think it's possible that we at least see a short-term move to the upside. So I am currently long. As you can see, the green line, I took that earlier today. If we go down to the 1-hour chart, you can see it's basically at about break even right now. It's really struggling to do anything, but it popped up a little bit when I entered, and then it's just been kind of not doing much. There was a little demand area here that it kind of tapped into here. This is the 1-hour chart, and I basically looked at this as demand area because this candle is one that kind of came and took out this structure level. So, and you can see this candle here came and tapped this area, and then we had a pretty strong reaction with the candle closing near its high. Um, and so, you know, I think as long as this area holds, then I'm still okay with this trade, even if it just kind of consolidates and pulls back. You can see my stop loss is back below this this last zone here. I mean, technically, I probably, you probably could consider this to be a new demand area in here now that price is technically gone and put in a new high. But I'm going to leave my stop where it is because this thing might just play around. We might come all the way. Maybe we tap this area again, and I don't want to get knocked out just on, this particular move. And you can see right now price is jumping around literally as we speak. So I have a feeling there's probably some news out on oil that's causing this. So maybe we'll get stopped out here while we're talking. But anyway, so we'll see. So that's the deal with crude oil. We'll go on to soybeans here. Not much change from yesterday. I'm still holding this short position. It did pull back during the overnight. This is the 1-hour chart. Then it has gone down and made a new low. And I'm still pretty bearish on this market for now. So, we'll see what happens. I'm probably just going to keep holding this. Again, these grain markets have pretty limited trading hours. I mean, it's over by, mid-afternoon where I am. And so depending what your time frame is on these, sometimes you just have to sit on these trades, and they can be painfully slow to watch them go, depending how much volume is in the market. But gives you plenty of time to decide what you want to do with them. But they pretty much go like that as long as they're trending. They'll move down during the active session, then they'll kind of die out pretty quick. I think the big players come in, make their moves for the day, and then they're out. And so things kind of slow down. So you do have to be kind of patient with these grain trades. So you said unless there's some really crazy event, then they just don't move all that much. Let me silence that. All right. So corn, it's pretty much like soybeans. I'm not holding any positions in corn right now, although this probably was an entry right here to go short. It's a lot like soybeans on the higher time frames. You know, we are moving down. We did have this little pullback right here. And so, you know, this probably was an entry, but I'm just going to hold soybean for now. And you know, if I get another entry on corn, I probably will take it. I just chose not to enter both. This entry did happen this morning at 9 o'clock. So this actually 9:30. Well, the market opens at 9:30 my time. So this was the opening candle. And that actually would have been an entry, but I just chose not to take it. So I'll keep watching corn. I do think there's some opportunity there for it to continue lower like soybean. So on to 10-year yields. So we were kind of trudging higher. We did take out this. This is the 4-hour area here. We did kind of blast through here and took this area out. Although when price came up to here, even this 4-hour candle, we did not make a new high right here on this candle. Now we've since made a new high. So to me, the better kind of demand area here on the 4-hour chart is probably sitting right here, because this was the area that actually led to the new high. This one right here is actually like a 15-minute zone. If you go to the 15-minute, you can see price kind of tapped into here and tried to go higher. But I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to take this one off. If we basically see if this uptrend is going to continue, to see price move down somewhere into this area and then tag that and continue up. You know, that wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. It looks pretty aggressive on the short time frame, but on a 15-minute chart, on the 15-minute, but on the 4-hour, it looks pretty good. So as long as this area holds, you know, basically inside this rectangle, then I'll keep my bullish stance on this, at least back up towards these highs. I'm not in a trade now. As you can see, I'm going to wait and see if we get some a better entry price. And price is trying to push down now. And again, I think, you know, somewhere back in here is a good target for a demand zone and a possible entry. So we'll see what goes on with that. And then natural gas. This is a little bit of an aggressive trade, but as I was mentioning the other day, we were approaching. Well, again, we can't really see it on the futures market, but on. So here it is on. Well, let's go to the CFD chart. You remember I was talking on the CFD chart yesterday in the last couple of days. If we go to, we'll zoom out here. This is the 12-hour chart. And we have this area down in here that I had marked off. I think I made through this yesterday as a potential demand zone on this asset. And we came down into that area today. And then we had a pretty strong reaction off of there. We kind of consolidated. We tried to go lower a couple of times here. This is the 1-hour chart. You know, we tried to go lower once, twice, failed, actually put in slightly higher lows here, and then we pushed up. So I just chose to enter a long here, just try to catch a bottom. Not usually a good thing to do, but it's a low risk trade. And, you know, if my stop loss is sitting, as you saw on here, just below all of this low area. So even if price comes down here and just smashes through there, I'll be taken out. But because of where it is on the higher time frame, I just decided to take a little bit of a chance to see. But like I said, at the end of the day, we may end up coming down and really hitting, you know, these this longer term low level down here, which you can see has been hit several times. All right, this area has been very much watched. You can see way back here where it acted as resistance, and then, you know, support. So you know, we could come down certainly and smash through here, and then maybe we'll get a reaction. So but I'm going to hold this for now. Like I said, if I get taken out, so be it. It's not looking particularly good right now. Where this could just, come and turn and go right back up, go back down again. And so, and I also took it because, we had a pretty strong reaction off of this level. We broke through this consolidation area, and then we did come back on this candle and kind of retested the liquidity down here and tried to go higher, but it pulled right back again, which is why it's not looking too good. I mean, theoretically on the hourly chart, we'd probably want to clear, this liquidity up here. If we go out to the 4-hour, yeah, this is probably the zone we probably actually want to break before we can more confidently say there's a trend change. So again, this is a pretty aggressive change. May not end up working out, but I only took one contract on this, so if it doesn't, it doesn't. So, but if it does, then it's a good, catch the low to turn. But again, I think that longer term area down here, we may revisit again, which, again, we can see that area being retested, a little further, basically where this red arrow is sitting. We've tested this area, numerous times before. And so this might be the line in the sand where the buyers aren't going to let price go any lower, but we might see price get down to that area. So, anyways, I'll keep an eye on that. Okay, lastly, just talking about Forex. I'm still holding on my funded account, this Eurodollar long. Hasn't really done much today. This is the 15 minute. Let's go to the hourly chart. We did make a run up earlier this morning. I thought that was going to smash it up to new highs, which technically it did make a new high here. It did make a new high, but it's pulled back. But this pullback looks pretty corrective. These small, these small candles with little bodies and, wicks on both sides. That's pretty telling to be just corrective candles. And so going out to a higher time frame, I still expect price to at least get back to these highs up here. Okay, at least back to these highs, which we're not there yet. And if we go out to an even higher time frame, if we go out to like the weekly chart here, and we take a look at where we are, there are some definite highs sitting way up here that we could easily get back to. If you look to the left here where price kind of went to on this last run up, you can see it kind of hit this level, which acted as previous support, now acting as resistance. I'm not sure if that's going to really hold or not. There's an area right here, but this liquidity has been grabbed a long, long time ago. So I don't think this is really valid. This was so long ago. This goes back. Yeah, yeah. This has nothing to do with anything. I mean, this area was almost 4 years ago, right in here. So, anyways, I still think this will make another run up. I'd love to see it come up to here. This is basically where I have my take profit sitting, just shy of these highs up here, and I'd be happy with that. So I have moved my stop loss up. It's a little better than break even. So even if it does reverse from here, it's still going to be a positive trade. Right now it's sitting about, $300 or $400 in profit. If it hits my take profit, it'll be about, $800, $1,000 profit. But that may take a while to get there. So we'll see. I didn't put a really big position on. And then just looking here again, dollar wise, this is dollar yen. Just kind of look at the other side. And again, we're still making new lows here.